Hello, students. My name is Christina Morones. I am the Assistant Professor and Coordinator for the Nursing Assistant Training Program, CNA, at Santiago Canyon College. In today's video, we will review the requirements to get certified as a CNA in California. It is important for you to know that each state has different certification requirements. Training and certification requirements vary considerably across the U.S. The federal minimum training requirements to become a certified nursing assistant are 75 hours of training, including 16 hours of supervised practical training. In some states, the requirements go beyond the federal minimum, while in others, the requirements are nearly identical to the federal standards. California has the highest training hours required to become a certified nursing assistant in the United States. The California Department of Public Health, commonly referred to as CDPH, is a government agency responsible for approving and overseeing training programs for nursing assistants. There are three types of training programs. The first type of program is a Certified Nurse Assistant Training Program. These programs are commonly offered in partnership with educational institutions such as a community college and industry partners like skilled nursing facilities or hospitals. The educational institution is responsible for providing the education and training required for certification by the state, and the industry partner's only role is to allow students to train at their facilities. In contrast, facility-based nurse assistant training programs are offered entirely in skilled nursing facilities or hospitals. The facility is responsible for the education and training in these programs without partnering with a college or educational institution. This is what you would call an in-house operation. The final type of training program is an online training program. These programs are often hybrid in nature, with part of the education conducted online, as we are doing now, and part in person. It is important for you to know the different types of training programs to enroll in one that works best for you. To obtain your CNA license in California, minimally you need to be at least 16 years old, have successfully completed a training program approved by the California Department of Public Health, and have obtained criminal background clearance. It is important to understand that these are minimum requirements. Some training programs may require that students be at least 18 years old to participate or that they have a high school diploma. Each training program can create its own policies and procedures that exceed the minimum requirements to provide higher education and preparation for students. By providing more comprehensive training, institutions can ensure the graduates are better prepared to provide high-quality care. This is especially crucial in healthcare, where patient safety and well-being are at stake. All approved training programs in California must provide a minimum of 160 hours of training. 60 of those hours must be classroom theory training. Classroom theory training refers to the portion of a healthcare training program where students are taught the foundational knowledge and concepts required for their role. In classroom theory learning, students learn basic healthcare principles, ethics and laws, patient care procedures, communication skills, and cultural competency. 100 of those required training hours are practical, hands-on training in clinical or laboratory settings. In practical hands-on training, CNAs learn how to apply the theoretical knowledge they gained in the classroom to real-world situations. This training is essential for developing the skills to provide direct patient care. Criminal background clearance. The following was pulled directly from the California Department of Public Health website, www.cdph.gov. Certified Nurse Assistant Application and Life Scan. Upon enrollment in a nurse assistant training program, for nurse assistant certification, a candidate for training shall submit a training and examination application along with the proof of LifeScan fingerprinting to the department. The application and LifeScan must be submitted prior to any direct patient contact with residents. It is important to note the prior to any direct patient contact with residents. All students enrolled in a nursing assistant training program are required to pass a criminal background check before they can begin direct patient care. This clearance is essential to safeguard and protect patients, students, healthcare institutions, and their staff, and to uphold the integrity of the healthcare profession. Patients, especially in settings like hospitals, nursing homes, and long-term care facilities, are often vulnerable due to illness, age, or disability. A criminal background check helps ensure that students with a history of violent or abusive behavior are not placed in positions where they could potentially harm patients. Healthcare is built on trust between patients, caregivers, and institutions. Allowing only those who have passed a background check helps maintain the trust that patients and their families place in the healthcare system. It reassures patients that they are being cared for by individuals who meet ethical and legal standards. When students enroll in a nurse assistant training program, they are required to submit a health examination. The examination must include a medical history, a physical exam, and proof of a negative tuberculosis or TB result. A health examination ensures that students are physically fit and do not have any medical condition that could endanger patients or themselves during clinical care. The physical exam evaluates whether students are capable of performing the duties required in patient care, such as lifting, moving patients, and standing for long periods of time. This ensures, again, that students can handle the job's physical demands without risking injury to themselves or others. A physical examination report or a form might be required in order for you to enroll in a program. Again, signed by the examiner, it could be a physician or a nurse, indicates that the student does not have any health condition that would create a hazard to themselves, fellow employees, or patients. So this examination shall be completed and documented prior to the student having any direct patient care or contact in the clinical setting. So this is actually all the requirements needed to become a certified nursing assistant in California. Thank you for watching this video.